Hello and welcome everyone on this official platform of Legacy IAS Academy. So today in this session I am going to discuss the PYQs and the topic is art and culture. Now art and culture consist greater importance in prelims examination. Now sometimes it is, so most of the topics are related to your ancient and medieval history. And there are some topics which are considered as miscellaneous, like with respect to Indian craft, clear, and folk dance. So these topics should be prepared from the newspaper because UPSC always asks questions on the basis of current affairs and then they ask question in a traditional manner. So with this PYQ discussion, we are going to understand that how UPSC asks question and what is the demand of UPSC. Now in art and culture, there are four important pillars. So first of all, in art and culture, there are four important pillars. So four important pillars, that is, you should focus on architecture, religion, literature, and fine arts. Now, these two topics, fine arts and religion, are very important because every year you will get one or two questions will be from these two topics. Now, in fine arts, there are two types of arts like visual art and performing arts. Performing arts in the sense dance, drama, music, visual art like paintings, clear? These things. So these two are very important topics. So these are four pillars of art and culture. So now in this session I am going to discuss 10 years PYQs, clear? And with this we will understand the importance of art and culture in prelims examination. So let's begin with the session. Now, we'll start from 2023. Clear? So, there was one question in 2023. So, the first question was, in which of the following regions was Dhanya Katak, which flourished as a prominent Buddhist center under the Mahasanghikas located? Now, here question is related to one of the prominent center called as Dhanya Katak, and another name of Dhanya Katak is Dharni Kota. Dharni Kota, which was a prominent Buddhist center under the Mahasanghikas, clear, located. So UPSC is asking the name of the place or the state. तो अब आप इससे नोट्स कैसे बना सकते हैं? You should write down this point in your notebook that Dhanya Katak was one of the center. Now if you have read Satavahanas, so Dhanya Katak was one of the most important city for Satavahanas, and with the decline of Satavahanas, Dhanya Katak also declined, and later Dhanya Katak was sacked by Pallavas. Clear? So, what would be the right answer? Option A, Andhra, B, Gandhara, C, Kalinga, and D, Magadha. So, option A, Andhra is the correct answer. Getting my point? So, as you can see here, option A, Andhra, this is the correct answer. Now, second question. Now, second question, with reference to ancient India, consider the following statements. First, the concept of stupa is Buddhist in origin. Second, stupa was generally a repository of relics. Third, stupa was a votive and commemorative structure in Buddhist tradition. How many of these statements given above are correct? So this question is related to stupa. This is related to stupa, clear? And this is called as relics. So relics were there. Relics means asthia. Clear? So stupa is a closed structure. Now, the concept of stupa was there before Buddhism. Like in Rig Vedic period, it is also mentioned in Rig Vedic period that the samadhi of Rishi Munis. So, first statement is wrong. Second, stupa was generally a repository of relics. This is correct. Third, stupa was a votive and commemorative structure in Buddhist tradition. This is also correct. Clear? Commemorative and votive structure. Now, if you go through art and culture, different types of stupas are there, different types of caves are there. Like apsidal vault cave. Clear? Flat roof cave. So, different caves are there. Clear? So, second and third, that means out of 3 statements, 2 statements are correct, and the question is asking how many of these statements given above are correct. So, only 2, option B. Clear? So, I hope this much is clear to all of you. So, option B is the right answer. As you can see here, clear that first statement is incorrect because stupa was there in pre-Buddhist period, like it was there in Vedic period also. Then stupa was generally a repository of relics. This is correct because stupas were commonly constructed to enshrine the relics of Buddha or other revered Buddhist figures. Now, stupa was votive and structure in commemorative Buddhist tradition. This is also correct because stupas were constructed as votive offerings by Buddhist devotees, and this was an act of religious devotion and commemorate important events, teachings. Getting my point with respect to Buddhism. Now, another question. Now, third question. So, it is in double quotes. Souls are not only the property of animal and plant life, but also of rocks, running water, and many other natural objects, not looked as living by other religious sect. This is very easy. Now, the above statement reflects one of the core beliefs of which one of the following religious sect of ancient India? Option A Buddhism, B Jainism, C Shaivism, and D Vaishnavism. So, correct answer would be Jainism. Jainism is the religion which says that even non-living things also possess soul. Clear? Also possess life. That is why in Jainism, non-violence in extreme forms. This much is clear to all of you. So, just go through the previous video at our Legacy IAS Academy channel on YouTube. There you will get a video on Jainism philosophy. I have discussed each and every philosophy of Jainism. Just go through it once, revise each and everything for your prelims 2024. So, the correct answer is option B, Jainism. Clear? As you can see here, the central tenet of Jainism is non-violence. Clear? And no other religion lays as much as emphasis on non-violence as Jainism. So, they give greater emphasis on non-violence. So, they say that even this, you can say, non-living things also possess soul. Getting my point? Remember this thing. So, Jain monks used feathers to sweep the path before walking. Jains could not practice agriculture or other crafts that involve killing or injury of living organism. That is why they took to trading. Getting my point? Money lending, and they are excelled in it. So, they were closely associated with urbanization. So, remember one more important thing, that Buddhism talks about Karma Marg, Jainism talks about Gyan Marg. This is the difference between Buddhism and Jainism. Clear? Now, another question. Consider the following pairs. Now, here pairs are given in the form of site, and those sites are well known for. Clear? Site, first site Besnagar, well known for Shaivite cave shrine. Second, Bhaja, well known for Buddhist cave shrine. Third, Sittana Vasal, Jain cave shrine. Now, here question is asking how many of the above pairs are correctly matched. Option A, only 1. Option B, only 2. Option C, all three, and option D, none. Now, Besnagar, which is in MP, clear? Shaivite Cave Shrine. Now, if you have gone through the post-Mauryan period, अगर आपने post-Mauryan period पढ़ा है, so in post-Mauryan period, there was a dynasty called as Shunga dynasty. Shunga dynasty. Now in Shunga dynasty, 10 kings are prominent, and remember this thing, later Shunga dynasty shifted their center to Vidisha MP. Vidisha MP. Now there was one Greek ambassador whose name was Heliodorus. Greek ambassador, and later he became a follower of Vaishnavism. So he constructed a pillar which is called as Garud Dhwaj, which is related to Vaishnavism in Besnagar. So this statement is wrong. This is related to Vaishnavism. Getting my point? This is related to Vaishnavism. Clear? So first statement is wrong. Second, Bhaja, Buddhist cave shrine, this is correct. Sittana Vasil, Jain cave shrine, this is also correct. So two statements, so option B is the right answer. Clear? As you can see here, Besnagar is also known as Vidisha, and it is a town located in MP and one of the outskirts of Besnagar, Vidisha. So Heliodorus pillar was created, dedicated to God Vishnu, and it was set up by Greek ambassador Heliodorus. Clear? And it is said that he adopted Hinduism and became a disciple of Lord Vishnu. And today this pillar is worshipped by the local people of that place, called as Khamba Baba. And Besnagar site is known for Vaishnavite sect, not for Shaivite sect. Second statement is correct. Bhaja caves is a group of 22 rock-cut caves which were built during 2nd century BC, and this cave is also known as Bhaje caves. And ये कहाँ पर located है? Pune district. Clear? So these caves belongs to Hinayan Buddhism in Maharashtra. Clear? Now, third pair is also correct. Sittana Vasal cave located in Tamil Nadu belongs to Jainism. So in ancient time, Jain monks, they used to live in caves and hillocks, and that is why there they used to perform their ascetic life. Clear? So these questions were there with respect to art and culture in 2023. Now we'll see questions from 2022. First, consider the following pairs. Site of Ashoka's major rock edicts, then location in the state of, मतलब अशोका के जो मेजर एडिक्ट्स हैं, देन उनके स्टेट कौन कौन से प्लेसेस पर हैं वो. क्लियर? सो फर्स्ट, धौली रॉक एडिक्ट, एंड हियर लोकेशन इज गिवन उड़ीसा. सेकंड, एरागुड़ी आंध्र प्रदेश. थर्ड, जोगाड़ा मध्य प्रदेश. फोर्थ, कलसी कर्नाटका. धौली, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट नेम. दिस नेम इज ऑल्सो एसोसिएटेड विद कालिंगा वॉर. So Kalinga war, modern day Odisha. So this statement is correct. Eragudi rock edict in Andhra region. This is also correct. Then Jogada, Madhya Pradesh. This is wrong. Jogada is associated with Odisha only. So this is wrong. Kalsi, Karnataka. This is also wrong. Kalsi is associated with Uttarakhand. Dehradun, Uttarakhand. So third and fourth statements are wrong. First and second. So how many pairs given above are correctly matched? 2. So option B is the right answer. Only 2 pairs. Clear? So now as you can see here, only 2 pairs. Option B. Clear? Now second question. Which one of the following statement about Sangam literature in ancient South India is correct? Option A, Sangam poems are devoid of any reference to material culture. This option is wrong. Sangam poems are devoid of any reference to material culture. This is wrong. Not devoid. Clear? Second, the social classification of Varna system was known to Sangam poets. बताइए what would be the right answer? सभी लोग comment section में लिखते रहिए. Then Sangam poems have no reference to warrior ethics. Now Sangam poems have certain references to warrior ethics. Then Sangam literature refers to magical forces as irrational. So these two statements are also wrong. So option B, social classification of Varna was known to Sangam poets, because if you go to Sangam Council, the president of first Sangam Council was sage Agastya Mahamuni, who introduced Aryan culture in South. So Varna classification was known to Sangam poets. So option B is the right answer. As you can see here, option B is the right answer. Clear? Now, another question. Now, this question which was there in 2022, it was related to current affairs. Clear? Now, the question was that the Prime Minister at that time recently inaugurated the new circuit house near Somnath temple at Verawal. Which of the following statements are correct regarding Somnath temple? First statement, Somnath temple is one of the Jyotirlinga shrines. Second, a description of Somnath temple was given by Al-Baruni. Third, Pran Pratishtha of Somnath temple, that means installation of present day temple, was done by President S. Radhakrishnan. Now, first statement, Somnath temple is one of the Jyotirlinga. There are 12 Jyotirlingas. So first statement is correct. Second, a description of Somnath temple was given by Al-Baruni. Somnath temple was looted by Mahmud of Ghazni, and Mahmud of Ghazni का contemporary historian कौन है? Al-Baruni. So he has written one book called as Tarikh al-Hind or Tariq al-Hind. In this book, he mentioned about Somnath temple and its prosperity. So second is also correct. Pran Pratishtha of Somnath temple was done by President S. Radhakrishnan. This is wrong. It was done by Dr. Rajendra Prasad in 1951. So two statements are correct, first and second. So here question is asking select the correct answer using the codes given below. First and second only. Second and third, first and third, and option D, first, second, third. Option A, first and second only. Clear? As you can see here, option A, first and second only. Clear? So it was mentioned by Arab scholar Al-Baruni, who has given Tariq, who has written a book called as Tariq al-Hind. Clear? Then another question with respect to history as well as art and culture. With reference to Indian history, consider the following text. First, Neti Pakarna. Second, Parisht Parvan. Third, Avadhan Shatak. And fourth, Trishasti Mahapuran. Trishasti Lakshana Mahapuran. Now, the question is asking which of the above are Jain text. Clear? Now, Neti Pakarna, then Parisht Parvan, Avadhan Shatak. Avadhan Shatak, 100 deeds. Neti Pakarna, clear? So it is a Buddhist text. This is a Buddhist text. Clear? Avadhan Shatak is also a Buddhist text. Parisht Parvan, which was written by Hemchandra, and this text mentions that Chandragupta Maurya performed Sallekhana. So this is based on Jainism. And then Mahapuran very important text which is written by Acharya Jina Sen. Clear? So second and fourth. So option B is the right answer. Second and fourth. So as you can see here, option B is the right answer. Clear? So Mahapuran was written by Acharya Jina Sen during Rashtrakutas and the ruler was Amogh Varsh. Clear? Remember this thing. Now option third was incorrect because Avadhan Shatak, it is related to Buddhist tales, Jataka stories. Clear? That means the truth of doctrines of karma. Clear? And then second is also correct, that Parishth Parvan, which is also known as Thaviravali Charita, and it is written as Sanskrit Mahakavya by Hemchandra. Clear? And it deals with the histories of earliest Jain text or teachers. And then first one is correct. Netipakaran is a Buddhist scripture which contains the methods that were taught by Buddha's disciple Kakkana, and it was approved by Buddha and it was recited. This text was Netipakarana was recited as first Buddhist council. Clear? Now, so these questions were there in 2022. Now in 2021, first question with reference to India, the terms Halbi, Ho and Kui pertain to option A, dance form of Northwest India, option B, musical instruments, C, prehistoric cave paintings and D, tribal languages. So सभी लोग comment section में लिखते रहिए. So option D, tribal languages is the right answer. So this Halbi, Ho, Kui. So Halbi, it is one of the tribal languages in central India, especially parts of Odisha, which is, so it was an oral tradition, but it is written in Odia and Devanagari script. Getting my point? So tribal languages, option D is the right answer, as you can see here. Clear? So Halbi, which is also known as Bastari, and it is a language of Eastern Indo-Aryan language and spoken by the tribes central part of India. So it is written in Devanagari and Odia script. Clear? So remember this thing. And then second, Ho is the tribal language which is written in Varangchiti script. Now this language is spoken by, so this is one of the mother language of nearly 10 lakh tribal people who are residing in Odisha and Jharkhand. Then Kui is the southeastern Dravidian language spoken by Kandas. So Kandas, this is also spoken in Odisha and written in Odia script. Clear everyone? So this is also considered as one of the most important question. Why this question was there? Because the news was there, clear, in 2020. That is why this question was asked in 2021. Now which one of the following statement is correct? Option A, Ajanta caves lie on the gorges of Waghora river. B, Sachi stupa lies in the gorge of Chambal river. C, Pandulena cave shrines lie in the gorge of Narmada river. And D, Amravati stupa lies in the gorge of Godavari river. Now Amravati stupa lies in the gorge of Godavari river. This is wrong. Why? Because it is near Krishna river. Clear? Pandulena caves shrine lie in the gorge of Narmada river. This is also wrong. Sachi stupa lies in the gorge. This Sachi stupa is in MP, but it does not lie in any of the gorges. So option is the right answer. Ajanta caves lie in the gorge of Waghora river. Clear? So option A is the right answer, as you can see here. Getting my point? So Pandulena caves does not lie in the gorge of this Narmada river, and Pandulena cave, which is also known as Pandavileni caves. Clear? And these are a group of 24 rock cut caves located near Nasik, Maharashtra. So these are not located in the gorge of Narmada river. Getting my point? Now another question. With reference to Chausat Yogini temple situated near Morena, consider the following statement. First statement, it is a circular temple built during the reign of Kachapagat dynasty. Second, it is the only circular temple built in India. Third, it was meant to promote the Vaishnava cult in the region. And fourth, its design has given rise to popular belief that it was the inspiration behind Indian Parliament building. So, which of these statements given above are correct? So, it is a circular temple built during the reign of Kacha dynasty. So, this statement is correct. That it is the only circular temple built in India? No, there are other temples as well. This statement is wrong. Then it was meant to promote Vaishnava cult? No, this is Chaussat Yogini temple. And the fourth, it designed given rise to popular belief that it was the inspiration behind the Indian Parliament. So this is correct. First and fourth. So option C is the right answer. Getting my point? Option C is the right answer. Clear? So remember this thing, that according to the inscription which was created, so which talks about 1323 AD, clear, and the temple was built by Kacha dynasty and the king was Devapal. Clear? Remember this thing. And second statement is incorrect because circular temple is this circular temple is one among the very few circular temples in India. Then third, now remember this thing, because it is not associated with Vaishnavism, because this is also known as Ekatarso Mahadev temple. So because of the presence of multitude of Shivlingas inside the cells, that is why this promotes Shaivite culture, not Vaishnavite culture. This much is clear to all of you? So two statements, clear, first and fourth. Now another question. Consider the following pairs. Now here historical place well known for. First, Barza home rock cut shrines. Second, Chandraketu Garh well known for terracotta art. Third, Ganeshwar well known for copper artifacts. Which of the pairs given above is oblique are correctly matched? Now Barza home, अब आपने दो साइट सुनी होंगी नियोलिथिक की, बर्जा होम एंड गुफकरल. So Barza home site which is related to Neolithic and Megalith culture, pit dwelling houses and all. Clear? So first is wrong, and this is present day in Kashmir. Chandraketu Garh known for terracotta art, this is correct. Ganeshwar known for copper artifacts. So second and third is correct. So option D is the right answer. Second and third only, as you can see here, option D is the right answer. Clear? So option D, as you can see here. Now another question. Consider the following statements. First statement, 21st February is declared to be International Mother Language Day by UNICEF. Second, the demand that Bangla has to be one of the national languages was raised in the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan. Which of the above statement is oblique are correct? Now what would be the right answer? Comment section में दीजिए. See, 21st February is declared to be International Mother Language Day by UNESCO, not by UNICEF. ये याद रखिएगा. By UNESCO, not by UNICEF. So first statement is wrong. Second, the demand that Bangla has to be one of the national languages was raised in Constituent Assembly of Pakistan. This is correct. So option B is the right answer. Two only. Clear? Now as you can see here, option B is the right answer. So in 1948, at that time Governor General of Pakistan Muhammad Ali Jinnah declared that Urdu and only Urdu would be the official language. Then the tension came with respect to languages, because when you see East Pakistan, the linguistic identity Bangla. Clear? So that is why during the first session of Constituent Assembly of Pakistan, so the tension was started with respect to official languages, and the member of East Bengal like Dhirendra Nath Dutt moved a motion to include Bengali also. Clear? Along with English and Urdu, and the motion was rejected. That is why Bengali was eventually granted official status under 1956 Constitution. Now, so these were the questions in 2021. Now 2020. First question, with reference to the cultural history of India, which one of the following is the correct description of the term paramitas? Now this term paramitas, let me tell you that this is associated with Buddhism and especially Mahayana Buddhism. So now see how many options are there. So there are 4 options. So the first option, that is earliest Dharma Shastra text written in aphoristic sutra style. B, the philosophical schools that did not accept the authority of Vedas. This is wrong. Then option C, perfections whose attainment led to Bodhisattva path. Bodhisattva associated with Mahayana Buddhism. Clear? And last option, powerful merchant guilds of early medieval South India. So option C is the right answer, that perfections whose attainment led to the Bodhisattva path. Clear everyone? So option C is the right answer, as you can see here. So paramitas refers to the Buddhist term and that translates into perfection. Paramitas means perfection hota hai. Clear? And there are 6 paramitas like generosity, ethical discipline, patience, heroic effort, then concentration and wisdom. So these are 6 important things, clear, among the core teachings of Buddhism across all its school. Clear everyone? ये याद रखिएगा. Now, another question. With reference to the religious history of India, consider the following statements. First, Sthaviravardins belongs to Mahayana Buddhism. Second, Lokatravardin sect was an offshoot of Mahasangika sect of Buddhism. Third, deification of Buddha by Mahasangikas fostered Mahayana Buddhism. Now, this is related to the religion called as Buddhism. Now, in Second Buddhist Council, informal division in Buddhism. Now, informal division in Buddhism, that means 2 informal sect came, Sthavardins and Mahasangikas. So Mahasangikas later they are considered as liberals. They wanted change and they are considered as Mahayana. Later, Sthavardins, they are also called as Theravadins or Heenayan. Clear? Now, Sthaviravadins belongs to Mahayana Buddhism. This is wrong. It is related to Heenayan or Theravadins. Then Lokatravadin sect was an offshoot of Mahasangika sect of Buddhism. This is correct. Deification of Buddha by Mahasangikas fostered Mahayana Buddhism. Yes. So deification, idol worship and all, it was started. So second and third, option B is the right answer. So second and third statement are correct. So as you can see here, option B. Clear? Now, another question. With the reference to the cultural history of India, consider the following pairs. Now first, Parivarajak. Clear? Renunciation and wanderer. Second, Shramana, priest with high status. Third, Upasak, lay follower of Buddhism. Parivarajak. So Buddha became Parivarajak at the age of 29 when he left his home, palace, everything. That means renunciation and wanderer. So first one is right. Then second, Shramana, priest with high status. No, it is a tradition of monks. So in Shramana tradition, Buddhism, Jainism, Ajivika came in 6th century BC. Second is wrong then. Upasaka, lay follower of Buddhism. So first and third, option B is the right answer. First and third. Getting my point? Now, another question. With reference to the history of India, Consider the following pairs: famous place and in present state. So famous place Bhilsa, present state MP. Second, Dwar Samudra, Maharashtra. Third, Girnar, Gujarat. Fourth, Thaneshwara, UP. Now, Bhilsa, MP, this is correct. Dwar Samudra, Maharashtra, this is wrong. Dwar Samudra, Karnataka. Girnar, Gujarat, this is correct. Thaneshwara, UP, that is also wrong. Thaneshwara, Haryana region, Thaneshwar. So first and third. So here question is asking which of the pairs given above are correctly matched. So first and third. So option A is the right answer. First and third. Now, so as you can see here, option A is the right answer. Now, 2019. Now in 2019, they ask questions with respect to sculpture inscriptions. So Indian sculpture is also important in art and culture. So 2019, the first question with respect to art and culture was, in which of the following relief sculpture inscription is Ranyo Ashoka, that means King Ashoka, mentioned along with the stone portrait of Ashoka? Now, option here is option A, Kangnahalli, B, Sanchi, C, Shehbazgiri, and D, Sohagora. Now, option A, Kangnahalli is the correct answer. Kangnahalli is the correct answer. Option A. So, as you can see, Kangnahalli is in Karnataka and it is the important site with an inscription in Brahmi script where it is written Ranyo Ashoka, that is King Ashoka. Now, another question. Second question. Consider the following. First, deification of Buddha. Second, treading to the path of Bodhisattva. Third, image worship and rituals. Which of the above are the features of Mahayana Buddhism? Deification. मैंने अभी आपको बताया, idol worship was started, so image worship ritual started. Deification of Buddha was also started. Sculptures with respect to Buddha was also started. Then treading to the path of Bodhisattva. So Bodhisattvas are minor gods in Buddhism, Mahayana Buddhism. So this is also correct. So all the statements are correct. So option D is the right answer. अब यहाँ से क्या समझ में आया? So this question was there in 2019 and a same kind of question was asked in 2020 as well with respect to deification and all. Clear? So try to understand the importance of this linkage in UPSC examination. Clear everyone? Now another question. So option D is the right answer. Now another question. Question number third. Building Kalyan Mandapas was a notable feature in the temple construction of the kingdom of Kalyan Mandapas. Now first of all, Chalukyas, they started one of the most important style. Now their style was the hybrid version of Nagara, that is North Indian style, and Dravidian style, that is South. But in this, there was no mention of Kalyan Mandap, so this is wrong. Chandela Rajputs, that means their temple style is considered as one of the sub-style in Nagara style of architecture, that is Khajuraho style, Khajuraho temples. So this is also wrong. No mention of this Kalyan Mandaps. Rashtrakutas. So in Rashtrakuta also no mention with respect to this Kalyan Mandaps. Now in Vijayanagara, the architecture, the most important thing was the concept of two deities, that means one deity and the chief wife of male deity, two deities, that means two Garbhagrah, which is called as Amman Shrine. Then Narta Mandap, Bhog Mandap and Kalyan Mandap. So Narta Mandap for dance, then Bhog Mandap for prasad distribution, Kalyan Mandap for marriage. Clear? So Kalyan Mandap was there in Vijayanagar style. Clear? So you can draw this figure as well. Now, so option D is the right answer. Now 2018. Now अभी तक हमें ये समझ में आया that if you take average, so every year UPSC asks around 3 to 4 questions from art and culture. Clear? Now in 2018, consider the following statements. Now, tradition and state. Chapchar Kut Festival, Mizoram. Then Khongjom Parva Balad, Manipur. Thangta dance, Sikkim. Which of the pairs given above is oblique are correct? Chapchar Kut Festival, celebrate by Mizos. So this is correct, Mizoram. Khongjom Parva Balad, Manipur. This is a historic thing when Manipur people, they fought against British Empire in 1891. So this is also correct. And Thangta, it is a form of martial art from Manipur, not Sikkim. Clear? So third one is wrong. So first and second. So here question is asking which of the pairs given above is oblique are correct. So option B, 1 and 2. Getting my point? Option B, 1 and 2. So as you can see here, Chapchar Kut is the biggest festival of Mizos and celebrated in the March after the completion of Jhum cultivation or Jhum operation, and it is a spring festival. Clear? And Khongjom Parva, as I have said, it is a kind of ballad singing from Manipur, and in this festival they use dholak. Clear? And they also depict the stories of heroic battle fought by Manipuris against British Empire in 1891. And in this Manipur dance, the most popular forms are Ras, Sankirtana and Thangta. अब ये वर्ड भी याद रखिएगा, संकीर्तना, रास एंड थंगता. बाद में आपको अभी एक क्वेश्चन मिलेगा संकीर्तना पर. क्लियर? सो थंगता, मार्शल डांस, मार्शल आर्ट ऑफ मणिपुर. दिस मच इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू. नाउ another question with reference to cultural history of India, consider the following statement. First, most of the Tyagraj Kirtis are devotional songs in the praise of Lord Krishna. Second, Tyagraj created several new ragas. Third, Annamacharya and Tyagraj are contemporaries. Fourth, Annamacharya Kirtans are devotional songs in the praise of Lord Venkateshwara. Which of the statement is given above are correct? So first statement हम देखते हैं. Most of the Tyagraj Kirtis are devotional songs in the praise of Lord Krishna. This is wrong. Lord Rama. Clear? So first statement is wrong. Tyagraj created several new rags. Yes, this is correct. Annamacharya and Tyagraj are contemporary. No, Annamacharya was there in 15th to 16th century. Tyagraj was there from 18th to 19th century. So they were not contemporaries. This is the statement. Third statement is also wrong. Then Annamacharya Kirtans are devotional songs in the praise of Lord Venkateshwara. Yes. Lord Venkateshwara, Vishnu. Clear? So this is also correct. So second and fourth. So option B is the right answer. Clear? So as you can see here, option B is the right answer. So as you can see that his Annamacharya Kirtanas are devotional in the praise of Lord Venkateshwara and famous for his Kirtans. Clear? That means Lord Venkateshwara, Balaji of Tirumala. Clear? Balaji of Tirumala. Clear? Now Tyagraj created several new ragas and his contribution is very important in terms of Carnatic music. Getting my point? So remember these things. Now another question with reference to Indian history, who among the following is a future Buddha yet to come to save the world? Option A, Avalokiteshwara, B, Lokeshwara, C, Maitreya and D, Padambani. Simple the question है. Option C, Maitreya is considered as future Buddha. Clear? Then fourth question. the well-known painting Bunny Thani, belongs to which school? Now, option A, Bundi school, option B, Jaipur school, C, Kangra school, and D, Kishangarh school. Now, Bundi school is not associated with Bunny Thani. Jaipur school is also not associated with Bunny Thani, and all these schools, remember, Bundi school, Jaipur, Kishangarh, all these schools are sub school in Rajasthani style. So option D is the right answer, that is Kishangarh school. And this painting is known for sharp facial structure, sharp nose, eyes and all. Clear? Kishangarh school. This much is clear to all of you. As you can see here, option D is the right answer. Why not Bundi school? Bundi school of painting is one of the Rajasthani school, and it was emerged in princely state of Bundi, and this is not a part of Bunny Thani. Now in this school, Bundi school, remember this thing, काफी ज्यादा vegetation, dramatic nights and romantic themes का use किया गया है. But in Jaipur school, which was developed in the royal court of Jaipur, and in this school is known for Mughal influence. Clear? So bold colors का use किया गया, religious themes थी like from Krishna's life. Clear? And this is also not associated with this Bunny Thani. Kangra school, it is one of the Pahadi painting. Clear? And which got developed in Himalayan foothills. Clear? And this is on the themes of Radha and Krishna, and this is also not associated with Bunny Thani. Clear? So Bunny Thani is associated with Kishangarh school. Now another question number 5, as you can see here. With reference to the religious practices in India, Stanak Vasi sect belongs to option A, Buddhism, B, Jainism, C, Vaishnavism, and D, Shaivism. So option B is the right answer. Jainism. Stanak Vasi sect is a modern form of Shwetambara, subsect in Shwetambara. Clear? So Jainism. Option B is the right answer, as you can see here. Clear? Subsect in Shwetambara. Now another question. Consider the following pairs, crafts and heritage of. Now Puthukuli shawls, Tamil Nadu, Sujani embroidery, Maharashtra, Upada Jamdani sarees, Karnataka. Now ये क्वेश्चन इंडियन क्राफ्ट के तभी पूछे जाते हैं इफ देयर इज एनी न्यूज विद रेस्पेक्ट टू करंट अफेयर्स. नाउ पुथुकुली शॉल्स in Tamil Nadu, and this was established by a tribe called as Toda tribe. This is correct. First one is correct. Second, Sujani embroidery. This was from Bihar. Clear? Bihar, not Maharashtra. So this is wrong. Upada Jamdani sarees in the district Upadala. Now Upada in Andhra region, not in Karnataka. Clear? So question is asking which of the pair given above is oblique are correct. So only first, option A is the right answer. Clear? As you can see here, option A. Sujani embroidery associated with Bihar, not with Maharashtra, and it is a traditional form of embroidery originating from Bihar, and it is known for its unique stitching and colorful patterns. Then Upada Jamdani sarees from this Andhra Pradesh region near East Godavari district, and Upada Jamdani saree, it is a style of weaving that is known for its lightweight, clear, and intricate geometric and floral designs are created. Now another question, with reference to the cultural history of India, consider the following statements. First, white marble was used in making Buland Darwaza and Khanka at Fatehpur Sikri. Second, red sandstone and marble were used in making Bada Imam Bada and Rumi Darwaza at Lucknow. Now, question is asking, white marble was used in making Buland Darwaza and Khanka at Fatehpur Sikri. Fatehpur Sikri as a city was constructed by Akbar in 1575. Buland Darwaza was created after the victory of Gujarat. But here the most important material which was used called as red sandstone, not marble. So first one is wrong. Now, second, red sandstone and marble used in Bada Imambada and Rumi Darwaza. No. In Bada Imambada and Rumi Darwaza, brick and limestone used. ये याद रखिएगा, bricks and limestone used. So second is also wrong. Now question is asking correct. So कोई भी correct नहीं है. So option D, neither one nor two. Getting my point? Neither one nor two. So these questions were there in 2018. Now 2017. First question, with reference to the religious history of India, consider the following statements. First, Sautrantika and Samitya were the sect of Jainism. Second, Shravastivadin held that constituents of phenomena were not wholly momentary but existed forever in latent form. Getting my point now? Which of the statement given above is oblique are correct? Now, option A 1 only, B 2 only, C neither 1 nor 2, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. Now, what would be the right answer? बताइए सभी लोग comment section में लिखिए. सौतांत्रिका and Samitya were the sect of Jainism. बताइए सभी लोग comment section में लिखिए. What would be the right answer? Now try to understand that Shravastivadin held that constituent of phenomena were not wholly momentary but existed forever in latent form. This statement is correct. Clear? So this statement is correct. This statement is correct. So this is correct. Then Sautrantika and Samitya, sect of Jainism. This is wrong. Buddhism. So B only, second. Clear? That is 2 only. As you can see here, sect in Jainism, that is incorrect. These are the schools of Buddhism. Clear? So these are well known for doctrine emphasizing that only mental events are real and everything else is construct. Getting my point? And then Shravastivadin held that constituents of phenomena were not wholly momentary but in latent form. Clear? So this is basically, the Shravastivadin was a major school of early Buddhism. Clear? And they are known for their doctrine that all exist. All exist means Shravasti, asserting that all the dharmas constituent of phenomena exist in all 3 times, that is past, present and future. Clear? Now another question, the painting of Bodhisattva Padampani is one of the most famous of illustrated painting at option A Ajanta, B Badami, C Bagh and D Ellora. Now first of all, Ellora caves, there are 34 total caves, and in Ellora 3 religious themes are there, that is Buddhism, Hinduism, clear, and Jainism. Hinduism is the dominating one and the most famous temple is Kailashna temple. Then Bagh caves. Now Bagh caves, let me tell you, these are also Buddhist caves. But here paintings are not preserved, तो हम कुछ कह नहीं सकते. So this is also not correct. Badami caves. Now Badami caves are associated with Hinduism. And here question is asking Bodhisattva Padampani. Ajanta caves, total 29 caves are associated with only Buddhism. So this is correct. Mural paintings in Ajanta. Option A is the right answer. As you can see here, option A is the right answer. Clear? Now, which of the following is oblique are famous for sun temples? First, Arasavali. Then second, Amarkantak. Third, Omkareshwar. Select the correct answers using the code given below. Now, Omkareshwar is one of the Jyotirlingas. Jyotirlingas associated with Shaivism. So this is not correct. Amarkantak, it is related to Hinduism, but it is not associated with Sun Temple. Arasavali is associated with Sun Temple. So only first statement is correct. Option A, one only. Clear? So as you can see here, option A. So this is located in Srikakulam district of Andhra Pradesh region and dedicated to Hindu solar deity. Clear? Now another question with reference to Manipuri Sankirtana. अभी मैंने आपको बोला था ध्यान रखिएगा संकीर्तना. Manipuri Sankirtana, consider the following statement. First, it is a song and dance performance. Second, cymbals are the only musical instrument used in performance. Third, it is performed to narrate the life and deeds of Lord Krishna. So, Manipuri Sankirtana, it is a song and dance performance. This is correct. Cymbals are the only musical instrument used in performance. There are various other instruments as well, and the primary instrument is Pung, P-U-N-G. Pung is the primary instrument. So second statement is wrong. Third, it is performed to narrate the life and deeds of Lord Krishna. Yes, this is associated with spiritualism, clear, and it is associated with the life and deeds of Lord Krishna. So first and third. So option B is the right answer because question is asking correct statement. Clear? Option B, first and third, as you can see here. Then another question, that is question number 5th. Consider the following pairs: traditions, communities. First, Chaliha Sahib Festival, Sindhis. Second, Nanda Raj Jat Yatra, Gond. Third, Vari Varkari Santhals. First, Chaliha Sahib Festival associated with Sindhis. This is correct. Nanda Raj Jat Yatra. This is associated with Gonds. No, this is associated with Garhwali people. Garhwali people, and they actually perform a yatra for goddess Nanda Devi. Remember this thing, goddess Nanda Devi. So second is incorrect. Then Vari Varkari Santhals. No, this is associated with Marathi people. Vari Varkari sect, Varkari philosophy. Clear? So Gnaneshwar and other Marathi other Marathi Bhakti saints. So only first. So option पूछ रहा है correctly matched. So option A is the right answer. First only. Clear? One only. So as you can see here, one only. Clear? And second, Nanda Raj Yatra. This is actually associated with Garhwali people in Uttarakhand, and it is a religious pilgrimage festival dedicated to goddess Nanda Devi. Vari Varkari, it is associated with Marathi speaking people. Now 2016. Now questions associated with 2016. First question, with reference to the cultural history of India, the memorizing of chronicles, dynastic histories and epic tales was the profession of who of the following? Option A, Shramana. So Shramana is a different thing. It is a monk. So this is incorrect. Parivarajak means renunciation, wanderers, homeless wanderers. This is also incorrect. Then Agraharika is not mentioned in everywhere. So this is also not correct. Magadha. Magadha is the correct answer because Magadha is the region where empires were created, great rulers came, Magad. Clear? So option D is the right answer. Second question, with reference to the religious history of India, consider the following statement. First, the concept of Bodhisattva is central to Hinayan sect of Buddhism. Second, Bodhisattva is compassionate one who on his way to enlightenment. Third, Bodhisattva delays achieving his own salvation to help all sentient beings on their path to it. Which of the statement given above is oblique are correct? Option A, one only, B, second and third, C, two only, and D, first, second and third. Now first statement अगर आप देखिए, so it is given the concept of Bodhisattva is central to Hinayan sect. This is wrong. Mahayana sect. Mahayana sect. Clear? Getting my point? Second, Bodhisattva is compassionate on his way to enlightenment. This is correct. Bodhisattva delays achieving his own salvation to help all the sentient beings on their path to his. Second and third, option B is the right answer because question is asking correct statement. Clear? So, option B is the correct answer. Now, another question. What is or are common to the two historical places known as Ajanta and Mahabalipuram? First, both were built in the same period. Second, both belongs to same religious denomination. Third, both have rock cut monuments, and the question is asking correct answer using the codes given below. Now, अब अगर आप first statement देखें, both were built in same period, that is wrong. Now, Ajanta was built earlier. Clear? Ajanta was built earlier. Mahabalipuram was built during the time period of Pallavas, later. Clear? So, first statement is wrong. Second, both belongs to the same religion. Ajanta is only associated with Buddhism. Mahabalipuram associated with Hinduism. So, this is also correct. This is also wrong. Both belongs to the same religious denomination. This is also wrong. Third, both have rock cut monuments. This is correct. Getting my point? Both have rock cut monuments. So, option B, that is 3 only, is the right answer. Getting my point? As you can see here, option B is the right answer. Now, another question. Consider the following pairs, famous places and region. First, Bodh Gaya and the region Baghelkhand. Second, Khajuraho, Bundelkhand. Third, Shirni, Vidarbha. Fourth, Nasik, Malwa. Fifth, Tirupati, Rayalaseema. Now, Bodh Gaya is in Bihar region, not Baghelkhand. Getting my point? So, this is wrong. Khajuraho, Bundelkhand, this is correct. Clear? Shirni, Vidarbha region, no, Ahmednagar district. Ahmednagar district, that Marathwada region. Clear? So, third one is also not correct. Nasik, Malwa region, no, Nasik is in Maharashtra. Getting my point? Fourth one is also not correct. Tirupati, Rayalaseema district, yes. So, second and fifth, as you can see, the question is asking correctly matched pairs. So, option A 1 to 4, B 2, 3, 4 and 5, C second and 5. So, option C is the right answer. Second and 5. Clear? As you can see here, option C is the right answer. Now, questions from 2015. Now, first question. Which of the following kingdoms were associated with the life of Buddha? First statement, Avanti. Second, Gandhara. Third, Kosala. And fourth, Magad. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. Now, Avanti. So, Buddha directly did not visit Avanti. Getting my point? It is associated with Buddhism, but Buddha did not visit there. Clear? So, Buddha has not visited there. So, Avanti is not directly associated with Buddha. Clear? Avanti is not directly associated with Buddha. Gandhara in northwest Mahajanpada, it is also not directly associated with Buddha. But later you will see when foreign invasion will happen, Gandhara will become important Buddhist center. So, but this is not directly associated with Buddha. But Kosala and Magad directly associated with the life of Buddha because Buddha visited in these places. Clear? So, third and fourth. So, here a question is asking correct codes. So, option D, third and fourth. So, as you can see here, option D is the right answer. Now, another question, Kalamkari painting refers to option A, hand painted cotton textile in South India. B, handmade drawing on bamboo handicrafts in Northeast India. C, a block painted woolen cloth in Western Himalayan region of India. And D, hand painted decorative silk cloth in Northwestern India. Now, Kalamkari painting, it is associated with hand painted cotton textile in South India, especially Andhra Pradesh region. Clear? Option A is the right answer. Getting my point? So as you can see here, kalamkari is a type of hand painted cotton textile produced in Indian state of Andhra Pradesh. Only natural dyes are used in kalamkari. Clear? And this involved 23 steps. Clear? So there are two distinctive styles of kalamkari in India, like Machilipatnam style and Srikalhasti style. Now another question. With reference to the art and archaeological history of India, which one among the following was made earliest? Option A, Lingaraj temple at Bhubaneswar. B, rock cut elephant at Dhauli. C, rock cut mountain monuments at Mahabalipuram. D, Varaha image at Udaygiri. So इसमें से सबसे पहले कौन सा बना? So rock cut elephant at Dhauli. Clear? Rock cut elephant at Dhauli. Getting my point? So option B is the right answer, as you can see here. Clear? Now this Lingaraj temple at Bhubaneswar, it was built in 11th century. Rock cut elephant Dhauli, it is associated during the time period of Ashoka. Clear? Rock cut monument at Mahabalipuram, it was in 7th century. And Varaha image, it was in 4th to 6th century. Clear? अब ये याद रखिएगा, वराहा इमेज एट उदयगिरी, केव्स ऑफ उदयगिरी, 2015 का क्वेश्चन है, ये अभी याद रखिएगा, आगे आपको लिंकेज पता चलेगा. नाउ क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम 2014. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, विद रेफरेंस टू इंडियाज कल्चर एंड ट्रेडिशन, व्हाट इज Kalaripayattu? Option A, it is an ancient bhakti cult of Shaivism, still prevalent in some parts of South India. Option B, it is an ancient style bronze and brass work still found in southern part of Coromandel area. Option C, it is an ancient form of dance drama and a living tradition in northern part of Malabar. Option D, it is an ancient martial art and a living tradition in some parts of South India. Now what is Kalaripayattu? It is an ancient martial art from Kerala. So that means a living tradition in some parts of South India. Clear? Ancient martial art, living tradition in some part of South India. Getting my point? ये याद रखिएगा. Okay. So second question, consider the following pairs. First, Garba associated with Gujarat, Mohiniyattam associated with Odisha, Yakshagana associated with Karnataka. Now the question is asking which of the following pairs given above are correctly matched. Garba associated with Gujarat is correct. Mohiniyattam Odisha, no, it is associated with Kerala. So second one is wrong. Yakshagana, it is a traditional dance form and theatre from Karnataka in a mythological stories like Purans. So first and third are correct. Option C. So Kalaripayattu from Kerala, option D, and second option C, first and third. So as you can see here, Kalaripayattu from Kerala. So fourth option was correct. There are other martial art forms like Lazim, Maharashtra, Kalaripayattu, Kerala, Chhau. Chhau, 3 states, Odisha, West Bengal and Bihar. Now third question, with reference to cultural history of India, the term Panchayatan refers to. Option A, an assembly of village elders. Option B, religious sect. Option C, a style of temple construction. And D, an administrative functionary. So Panchayatan style से question इस साल भी आ सकता है because of Ram Mandir, Pran Pratishthan. So Panchayatan means one main deity surrounded with 4 other deities. Clear? Panchayatan. So it is a style of temple construction especially used in North India Nagara style. Clear? A style of temple construction. So option C is the right answer. Now fourth question, consider the following languages: Gujarati, Kannada, Telugu. Which of the above has been declared as classical languages by government? So Kannada and Telugu both are classical languages. Gujarati is not a classical language. So option C, second and third. Clear? Kannada and Telugu. There are certain criteria which mention, clear, that this language belongs to classical language. कि लिटरेचर कितने साल, 100 ईयर से ज़्यादा पुराना होना चाहिए. क्लियर. एंड देयर आर अदर थिंग्स. गेटिंग माई पॉइंट. सो ऑप्शन सी, ओरिजिनल लिटरेचर. क्लियर. सेकेंड एंड थर्ड. नाउ अनदर क्वेश्चन. With reference to the Changpa community of India, consider the following statement. First, they live mainly in the state of Uttarakhand. Second, they rear the Pashmina goats that yield fine wool. Third, they are kept in the category of scheduled tribes. Now, first of all, Changpa community is from Kashmir and Ladakh area, not from Uttarakhand. So first statement तो wrong हो गया. Kashmir and Ladakh area, so they rear Pashmina goat that yield fine wool. This is correct. They are kept in the category of scheduled tribes. Changpa, so Chang is related to one of the goats. Clear? So here the correct option is second and third, that is option B. So as you can see here, Changpa community, they are semi-nomadic tribe Tibetan people. Clear. And found mainly in Changtang in Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir region. So they rear highly pedigreed and prized Changra goats. Getting my point, which is also, and the scientific name is Capra hircus. Clear. Or Capra hircus. Clear. That yield rare Pashmina fiber. Getting my point. Remember this thing. So they also practice Tibetan Buddhism. Now, consider the following towns of India. Now UPSC this year they can ask questions from Ladakh because of आपको जैसा कि पता होगा कि प्रोटेस्ट जो चल रहा है. गेटिंग माई पॉइंट, ये याद रखिए. नाउ कंसीडर द फॉलोइंग टाउन्स ऑफ इंडिया. फर्स्ट भद्रचालन, सेकेंड चंदेरी, थर्ड कांचीपुरम, फोर्थ करनाल. विच ऑफ द अबव फेमस for the production of traditional saris or fabric? Clear. Now, first of all, Bhadrachalan, it is associated with pilgrimage. Clear. It is not associated with traditional saris or fabric. Then Chanderi and Kanchipuram are associated. Now Chanderi MP area, Kanchipuram Tamil Nadu, these two are associated with traditional saris and fabric. Karnal is associated for Research and Development Institute of Modern Times as well as food grain production, Haryana region. Clear. So second and third, so option B is the right answer, second and third. So as you can see here, option B is the right answer. So Chanderi saris are famous all over the world. Clear. Kanchipuram saris are famous, silk saris are very famous, and Chanderi is also famous for ancient Jain temples, and Kanchipuram is famous for 108 holy temples of Hindu god Vishnu. 15 are located in Kanchipuram. Then Bhadrachalan. Clear. Now this Bhadrachalan in Telangana, which is located on Godavari river, it is a sacred pilgrimage site known for Rama temple, Lord Rama temple. Karnal is tourist attraction because of world class institutes, various research and development institute, and higher production of basmati wheat and other cereals. Then another question. With reference to the famous Satriya dance, consider the following statement. First, Satriya is a combination of music, dance and drama. Second, it is a centuries old living tradition of Vaishnavite of Assam. Third, it is based on classical ragas and tals of devotional songs composed by Tulsidas, Kabir and Mirabai. Now Satriya is a combination. Satriya is one of the classical dances, classical dance of Assam. Clear? Satriya is a combination of music, dance and drama. This is true. And the original personality Shankar Dev, followers were called as Satars. वहीं से name आया Satriya. It is a centuries old living tradition of Vaishnavites in Assam. This is also correct. It is based on classical ragas, tals of devotional songs composed by Tulsidas, Kabir and Mirabai. This is wrong. Composed by Shankar Dev. So first and second, option B is the right answer because question is asking correct statement. Clear? Now, so option B first and second, as you can see here. Now, another question. With reference to the history of art and culture, consider the following statement. Famous work of sculpture, cite. First, grand image of Buddha's Mahaparinirvan with numerous celestial musicians above and the sorrowful figures of his followers below. Site Ajanta. अभी मैंने बताया था अजंता इज द बुद्धिस्ट साइट, सो दिस इज करेक्ट. क्लियर. सेकंड, ह्यूज इमेज ऑफ वराहा अवतार. अभी मैंने आपको बोला भी था वराहा इमेज से रिलेटेड जो था एक क्वेश्चन. वराहा अवतार बोर इनकारनेशन ऑफ लॉर्ड विष्णु एज ही रेस्क्यूज गॉडेस अर्थ फ्रॉम डीप एंड केओटिक वाटर स्कल्पचर्ड ऑन रॉक. दिस इज द प्लेस माउंट आबू. दिस इज रॉन्ग. कहां पे था? उदयगिरी, उदयगिरी उड़ीसा. क्लियर. So second statement is wrong. And third, Arjuna's penance, that is descent of Ganga sculptured on the surface of huge boulders, Mamlapuram or Mahabalipuram. This is correct. So first and third are correct, and the question is asking correctly matched. So first and third, that is option C. Getting my point? Option C only. Now, another question. A community of people called Manganiyars is well known for their option A, martial art in northeast India, musical tradition in northwest, C, classical vocal music in south India, and D, Pitr-Dura tradition in central India. Now Manganiyars community are Muslim community from Rajasthan area. Basically these are camel riding people. Clear. So musical tradition of northwest India, option B is the right answer. Getting my point? So as you can see here, Muslim communities in Jaisalmer and Barmer area, districts of Rajasthan. Getting my point? So Khartal is a traditional percussion instrument that is a part of Rajasthan folk music. Clear? So it is used during religious and social celebrations. So Manganiyars patronized by this Bhati Rajput. Clear? So remember this thing. Now last but not least, consider the following statement. First, Bijak is a composition of teachings of Saint Dadu Dayal. अभी मैंने recently एक वीडियो किया है YouTube पर with respect to Bhakti literature and their authors. Go through that video, revise that video again and again, जिसमें सारे literature भक्ति के complete किए गए, cover किए गए. Clear? तो अगर आपने वो देख लिया तो आप ये क्वेश्चन आराम से कर लोगे. Bijak is a composition of teachings of Saint Dadu Dayal. Second, philosophy of Pushti Marg was propounded by Madhvacharya. Which statement is given above is oblique are correct? Bijak is the composition of Kabir, Kabir Das. So first statement is wrong. Philosophy of Pushti Marg was propounded by Madhvacharya, was propounded by Vallabhacharya. So both the statements are wrong. So option D, neither one nor two. Getting my point? Clear everyone? So I hope this much is clear to all of you. So with this we have completed 10 years PYQs from 2023 till 2014 with respect to art and culture, and I hope you are able to understand the linkage between the questions, how UPSC asked. So all the best for your prelims examination. Revise wisely. Now focus on important topics. Clear? एंड ये अभी टाइम है कि आप इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें रिवाइज करें एंड ज्यादा से ज्यादा MCQs को रिवाइज करते रहिए. थैंक यू सो मच.